The games we want you to review, Dedede, are Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Which one are you going to play?
Oh, really? Okay, hate to break it to y'all, but... Excuse me, pardon me, these are mine. Thank you. Hey, wait a second! Get back here!
Wonder what he was about to tell us.
I don't know. Oh, wait a second. I think it was that secret.
Oh, you mean that secret? Yeah. Well, I guess everything worked out in the end, Mario, eh?
Yeah. Come on. Let's go get ice cream or something.
Okay.
Hey guys, I got the games right here. All right there, Knuckles. Now, I'll grab the controller and start playing.
I'll sit back and spectate. And I'll go and put them in the Sega Genesis. Alright, going to put first Sonic and Knuckles in. And then, going to reach up here and grab Sonic 3, put it on top. And there. My toe got stuck in it. There, all fixed. Might as well grab the controller too. Alright, Sonic, here you are. Now you can start playing.
Alright, Eggman.
Robotnik.
Yeah, I know.
Just like to make fun of you. And I hate that.
Hey, wait a second. Sonic, Robotnik, Tails, Knuckles, what the heck? Well, we just wanted to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Well, I was about to review Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Well, tell you what. If we let you review Sonic 3 and Knuckles,
Then maybe you can do us a favor. Oh? And what kind of favor would that be? Let us play Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
yeah. It's such a good game.
Alright. Y'all can play it as much as you want after I'm done reviewing it. Hey, I love the game too. So, let's go inside and, hold the controller. Now let's start playing.
Well, you gotta turn on the Sega Genesis first, and I'll get it. Alright, now let's get this show on the road.
Alrighty then. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. The combination of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. It was originally meant to be one whole game, but this is how it was meant to be played. Without further ado, let's get on with the review. The storyline takes place right after the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Dr. Robotnik's death egg had crashed down back onto Earth. However, it crashed on a floating island known as Angel Island. However, his crash did not go unnoticed, for the guardian of the island, Knuckles the Echidna, found out, and he was mighty angry that such a egg-shaped space station, or whatever it was crashed down on the island in which he was trying to protect. Dr. Robotnik, however, came up with an ingenious plan. He convinced Knuckles that Sonic and Tails had the ancient Chaos Emeralds and were trying to use them for evil purposes. And with the Chaos Emeralds, he could get the Death Egg off of Knuckles' island. Knuckles agrees to help Robotnik. However, he's played right into the mad scientist's trap. And per the usual, he's put all the animals on the island into badniks. Though this time, his excuse for Knuckles is that he's protecting them. Yeah, protecting them. Once you start up the game, you'll notice that, first of all, you're able to save your game. That is amazing. Already better than Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. And not only that, but you can choose who you want to play as from the get-go. Want to play as just Sonic? Want to play as just Tails? Or you want to play as just Knuckles? Well, canonically, the story goes that it's Sonic and Tails going on this adventure. Oh, and also you can select Robotnik, but he deletes files. Still love that sprite, by the way. Anyways, so Sonic and Tails decide to see what the heck is going on since Angel Island crashed down to Earth, only to be greeted by Knuckles, who punches Sonic out of his super form and steals the Chaos Emeralds. And this is where the game starts. All the story in this game is done with no dialogue, by the way. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Graphically, this game has received an overhaul. Like, Sonic 1 looked pretty good, and Sonic 2 looked beautiful, but this game looks fantastic. Oh my goodness, it is the best 16-bit Sonic game ever made. And, yeah, the best looking Sega Genesis game ever made, in my opinion. Musically, this game shines the brightest out of any 16-bit Sonic game ever. The music is the best. Like, no questions asked, the best. I don't know, that might have something to do with the fact that Michael Stinkin' Jackson was involved in making the music for this game. He chose to remain uncredited because he wasn't happy with how the Genesis handled his music. But gosh darn it, if these aren't the best songs on the Genesis ever. Like, go take a listen to just any song, and you will be pleased. It is a joy to listen to. But now that we're done with the aesthetics, might as well talk about the actual gameplay. The gameplay is similar to previous games, with, Sonic running, jumping per the usual, having momentum, and the level design is very, very well designed around it. However, Sonic does have some new moves and some new powers. If you press the button to jump twice, Sonic will perform the Insta-Shield, which allows him to get a little bit of a better reach on some of those hard-to-reach enemies. I find myself using it quite a lot, and it feels so good to use. Spin Dash is obviously back, and it's done really well. Shields are back as well, but they're not just the same generic shields. No. This game adds elemental shields. You got the fire shield, which whenever the jump button's pressed twice, Sonic will dash forward in a spectacle ablaze. You've got the electricity shield, which gives Sonic a double jump, my personal favorite, and the bubble shield, which allows Sonic to breathe underwater indefinitely, again, amazing, and if you press the button twice, you can do a bounce jump. Now, you've obviously got the returning monitors, such as the ring monitors, which give you 10 rings. You've got the speed-up shoes, which make Sonic go even faster, but there are also the rare Robotnik monitors. Bop one of these, and you'll lose all your rings. Bop them with no rings, and you'll lose a life. It's essentially like hitting an enemy. Yeah, same mechanics for Sonic games. Now, obviously, to get the Chaos Emeralds back from Knuckles, you gotta go into the special stages. To go into the special stages, you gotta search through the levels to find the hidden giant rings. Going into one of them will take you to a Blue Sphere special stage, the best in the classic series in my opinion. These stages are fun, and really easy to get the hang of. They take actual skill to get good at it. Anyways, completing one will reward you with the Chaos Emerald. Collecting all 7 of them, and you can turn into Super Sonic whenever you collect 50 rings. When Sonic's in his super form, he goes golden, and he's essentially invincible, and he's really quick to boot. It's pretty darn fun to mess around with. And hey, if you wanted more bonus stages, if you collect a certain amount of rings, hit a checkpoint and jump in the swirly stars, you'll be able to go to either a pinball stage, a sphere stage, or even a gumball machine stage. There are a lot of bonus stages in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic's quest on Angel Island to stop Dr. Robotnik and tell Knuckles the truth will be full of tricks and turns, with Knuckles at every corner where Robotnik is as well, trying to pull a dirty trick on Sonic and Tails. The zones he'll go through are quite diverse, honestly. You got Angel Island Zone, which is a lush tropical paradise. That is, until one of Robotnik's badniks comes over and ignites the entire place, putting it into a fiery inferno for the rest of the 2 acts. You've got Hydrocity Zone, which is the water level of the game. Usually I dread these things, but dang it, this zone is amazing! It's one of the only good Sonic levels that's underwater. You got the Marble Garden Zone, which it's pretty nice. It's not my favorite level or anything, but it's quite beautiful and kind of serene. Carnival Night Zone is... I kind of have a personal beef with it for being stuck for a month whenever I was younger on that stupid barrel, but then I read the manual and I found out that you can just press up and down. That's how you get the barrel to move. Other than that, this level is really fun, and per the usual, a nice pinball-esque level in a Sonic game. But this one, other than the barrel, takes the cake, in my opinion. Ice Cap Zone is a beautiful wintry setting, where Sonic even snowboards, and it's full of beautiful ice crystals, and some nice effects, making the Sega Genesis push to its limits. In fact, the game's full of moments like this. This is just one of them I'd like to point out. Look at them icebergs. Then you got the Launch Base Zone. Now, normally, if you're just playing vanilla Sonic 3, this would be where your game would end. But we're not. So, Launch Base Zone. This is where Robotnik's trying to launch the Death Egg. But we're not gonna let him do that, so we're gonna stop him. Alright? Yeah, we're gonna stop him. And even get to ride in his Eggmobile to boot. So after the Death Egg comes crashing back down to Angel Island, putting it back in the ocean, Sonic and Tails and Knuckles are blasted all the way to the Mushroom Hill Zone. There, they see Knuckles come out of an altar. Here, they find out that this is where the Master Emerald lies. Later on, the Master Emerald will play an integral role in the plot. But for now, you can get the Chaos Emeralds charged up and turned into Super Emeralds. Not only that, but to charge them up, you gotta play an even harder set of 7 Blue Spheres bonus stages. After charging up all 7 Chaos Emeralds and turning them into Super Emeralds, Sonic can go from Super Sonic to Hyper Sonic. Like before, collecting 50 rings and pressing the jump button twice will turn him into this more powerful form, and holy moly! First of all, Sonic's flashing a whole bunch of different colors, he's going much quicker than Super Sonic, and if you press the jump button again, Sonic will be able to destroy all the enemies on screen. Not only that, but unlike Supersonic, he can't drown now. So, yeah, this is power. So anyways, the Mushroom Hill Zone. It's a nice jungly area, full of, well, mushrooms. What'd you expect? It's nice, quick, and a fun level. The Flying Battery Zone is Dr. Robotnik's flying headquarters. Here is 2 acts of amazing music and some great level design to boot. Sandopolis Zone. This zone is kinda hit and miss. The first act is a hit out of the park, while the second act is a labyrinth. But it's still much more fun than some of the stages in Sonic 1 or even Sonic 2. So it's still a really good level. Then there's the Lava Reef Zone, which is where the Death Egg landed. Obviously, it's a lava level, and a pretty amazing one at that. Later, some plot happens here, but we'll get to that in the spoiler section. Unlike previous Sonic games, there's a mid-boss at the end of every first act, and a Robotnik boss at the end of every second act. So, I'm just gonna go over the second bosses, because the first bosses can be summed up by some of Robotnik's strongest badniks yet. So anyways, in Angel Island, you find Robotnik flying around in a flame-shooting eggmobile. If you have the fire shield, it's kinda easy, but make sure not to fall off the bridge he destroys. Hydrocity Zone is a really fun fight, to say the least. He throws bombs at you and spins tornadoes. Gotta jump on the tornadoes and jump high from the bomb explosions. Make sure to hit the top of his dome, and he'll be defeated. Marble Garden's Robotnik fight is probably one of the best in the game. You're aided by Tails, flying you through as Robotnik destroys the ground. Robotnik's charging at you at every side, and Tails is there carrying Sonic. You gotta jump on Robotnik each time, but making sure not to hit his drill. Carnival Night Zone's boss is a pretty fun one as well. Here, Dr. Robotnik has a metallic, magnetic orb, which will try and suck you in, so you gotta keep running away from it. But whenever he comes down to pick it back up, just bop him. In the Ice Cap Zone, it's pretty simple. Robotnik tries to freeze you. Jump on the little platform that comes down and jump back up in it. Launch Bay Zone, on the other hand, has actually 2 phases. 3 if you're playing just regular Sonic 3, but we're playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so if you want to fight that boss, I'll leave it to you to see it. But just so you know, it's a pretty good boss. But, anyways, we're talking about these 2 other really good bosses. The first phase has Dr. Robotnik spewing balls out at you from different cannons, from above a platform and below a platform. Afterwards, you get to take his Eggmobile, which is pretty fun to see. And then, Dr. Robotnik starts shooting lasers at you. After defeating him, the launch base zone starts to self-destruct, and the Death Egg comes crashing down. Deja vu. I already talked about this. You know this. But anyways, in the Mushroom Hill Zone, you find a radar, which once you destroy, you find out that it's Dr. Robotnik. Now you gotta chase him, making sure not to hit spikes. It's pretty simple, but it's still really fun. On the flying battery zone, Dr. Robotnik pulls out a giant laser once again, which all you gotta do is just dodge it. You don't have to hit it, just dodge it. Afterwards, it'll start destroying Robotnik's ship, and obviously Robotnik's gonna be scared and run the heck away. But there's a second phase as Dr. Robotnik comes down on this hanging eggmobile and starts spewing fire at Sonic and Tails. It's actually pretty easy. Just avoid the spikes on the clamps and hit him whenever he starts swinging up and down. Next is the Sandopolis Zone boss, which is a giant egg golem. All you gotta do is make sure not to hit the spikes on his fists and jump at the face. It'll blow away and reveal Dr. Robotnik. Bop him a couple of times and repeat. Fun, yet simple.
Now here comes some spoilers. You know the drill. I mean, this game is like 24 years old, but well, you've been warned.
At the end of Lava Reef Zone Act 2, Knuckles is there, and he punches a boulder on Sonic and Tails as they fall further into the volcano. The Death Egg is right near them, and it makes the volcano active. And to make matters worse, Robotnik's in the background, flying, shooting missiles at you. It's pretty epic. Too bad the boss is really easy. That is, if you have the flame shield. I mean, look at this. Robotnik could have had Sonic. I mean, this thing is indestructible. But all you gotta do is jump from platform to platform and not hit the lava. But if you grab the fire shield, just jump over the mines. Yeah, he shoots mines, and obviously since they're sloping down, they're gonna hit him right back. A man with an IQ of over 300, lacking common sense. Dr. Ivo Robotnik, everybody. Anywho, after beating Robotnik in the Lava Reef Zone, Sonic and Tails go into the Hidden Palace Zone. There, they find Knuckles the Echidna, ready to fight. This fight, while easy, is pretty cool. Not only is it different from almost every other boss in the game, in it that it's not a robot, but the game's been building up to this moment. And it's a pretty good payoff. As from behind him, Knuckles hears a big clap, and he finds Robotnik stealing the Master Emerald, wanting to power it for his Death Egg. Knuckles, obviously, is ticked off and tries to get the Master Emerald back. But Robotnik, not wanting his plans to fail again, shocks Knuckles right in the temples and sends Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles crashing down. Luckily, though, after Knuckles finds out who the real bad guy is, he helps Sonic and Tails by transporting them to the Sky Sanctuary Zone. There, Sonic and Tails run up an ancient floating ruins, the last floating thing on Angel Island, where they actually fight some older bosses, piloted by Mecha Sonic, a much more powerful Sonic robot. At the end of the act, you even get to face him one-on-one in combat. He's much stronger than Silver Sonic, but he still goes down. And Sonic and Tails make their way upon some of the crumbling debris onto the Death Egg. This zone is hard. The Death Egg zone took me at least a month or two, the first time I got there whenever I was a kid. And it's obvious that they're throwing everything at you. Robotnik ain't messing around. Once you get to the end of it, though, you find a death ball, which you just gotta keep on reversing gravity and making these little spiky things hit it over and over again. Soon it'll collapse, and Robotnik will run away. Right into the final boss. I'm using air quotations. Here is a gigantic Robotnik robot. You thought the Death Egg robot was huge, but whoo-wee, you ain't seen nothing yet. First, you gotta attack his fingers and try to crush him. Afterwards, it'll sink into the ground. And then it'll come back up, shooting fire out of its nose. Whenever you bop it on the head, its mouth will open, and a laser being powered by the master will start charging. Make sure to dodge it, but not before giving Robotnik's mech one good bop for good luck. Soon it'll go down, and Robotnik, in a last-ditch effort, will be carrying the master with his Echidna, flying for dear life. But Sonic's super quick, so obviously he's gonna catch up with him. However, this is where there are multiple emeralds. I, however, got all the emeralds, so I get to go to the true final battle in the Doomsday Zone. Dr. Robotnik has escaped to an escape pod and stolen the Master Emerald in a last-ditch attempt to escape from Sonic. Sonic turns into his hyper form and starts chasing after Dr. Robotnik. However, he has to go through an asteroid belt, collecting rings and avoiding asteroids to get to Robotnik's escape pod. Here, Robotnik is living. He'll try to shoot missiles at you. Using these missiles, Sonic will have to lead them right into the front of Dr. Robotnik's escape pod. After a couple of good hits with a couple of missiles, the exterior starts to deteriorate, and the escape pod is revealed to be what looks like another Robotnik mech. Here, Robotnik will be vulnerable. All you have to do is ram into his mech a couple of times, making sure to avoid those big missiles. After ramming into him a whole bunch of times, he'll be defeated. His mech will go down, and so will Sonic and the Master Emerald. Though, Tails will be there, flying in the tornado to catch the Master Emerald as Sonic reverts back to his normal, non-hyper, non-super self. And the Super Emeralds turn back into the Chaos Emeralds. They fly back to Angel Island and return the Master Emerald back to Knuckles. In the end, the Master Emerald is returned back to where it belongs, and Angel Island returns to the sky. Knuckles looks on triumphant and glad that everything turned out all right. Sonic and Tails leave triumphant at their victory. And that's the end.
Overall, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles is by far the best Sega Genesis game ever. And I think all 5 of us can agree when I say I give this game a 10 out of 10. It is the best classic Sonic game ever made. And one of, if not my favorite Sonic game of all time. This is King Dedede. See you later.
Well, what do you want to do now?
play as you, Knuckles.
All right. Scooch aside and let's rock and roll.